fucking Portland, dude. Portland. Wow. Portland.
What day we on in Portland? I lost track.
Yeah, let's see. What day is it for Portland?
There's been protests going on in Portland. It's close to 100 days. It's not quite 100 days. It's got to be something like 93, 94. But something like that, like, I don't even know if it's straight days or if they're just counting it separately or what. But since George Floyd, which was our first podcast, which is kind of crazy to think about, there's been over 90 days of protesting in Portland, which is interesting. And I don't know, I've gone in rabbit holes watching these videos on Twitter, and it's pretty insane. People setting fires, people going through residential areas now.
Yeah.
And now the new stuff, I guess, that's happening as far as the newest is that the mayor, even though he's supporting the protests, they're going to his home, protesting inside the lobby of his home, and also blowing fireworks and setting fires outside his home. I even saw one clip where there was a full-on metal band outside of his condo just playing all night, just playing metal music.
So the last, because they're not reporting on this as much as they should. So the last active date that I see is 50 days on July 28th.
Oh, no. It's
on July 28th.
It's over 90.
No. So baby, look, July 28th, 50 days. It's it's September 1st. So 1 month to 1 month would be 30 days. So that adds 80 because technically.
Yeah, it's over 90.
So it's over 90.
Yeah, 100%.
It's over 90 days.
100%
Yeah, over 90 days. Yeah, dude, what?
But, okay, so over 90, I sent you some clips to play. But could you imagine, it's kind of divisive on the protest / rioting. Like some people are very scared of it, and some people are, they want the message to get out of the social justice they want. Right. So this mayor in particular, if you ever been to Portland, it's very.
Ain't nobody been to Portland.
I've been to Portland a bunch. I love Portland.
You do?
I love Portland.
And
it's
our
great.
Homie.
There's a bunch. The homie Trevor is from Portland.
Okay, hold on.
A lot of trees. They're very green.
Yes.
They're a lot of vegans there. Very environmentally friendly.
A lot of white people or what?
A lot of white people. There's nature. They're very, just very liberal.
Is weed legal?
Yes, weed is legal there.
They need to relax their ass then. Shit,
weed
goddamn.
So if you can imagine the mayor of this city being very liberal from day one, supporting the protest of, hey, I understand what's going on. I understand what's going on with police brutality. I understand your need to protest this and promote the message. So essentially go forward and do that. And now what's happening is they're protesting outside of his home. And as of yesterday, he announced that he's moving from that home.
First, the fuck of all.
And of course, he has multiple homes.
I'm sorry, but
Ted
you
Wheeler.
think that, okay, first of all, just based off the videos that I've seen, people are bear macing people. They're fucking beating people's asses in the streets, fighting cops, throwing shit at cops, doing all types of crazy ass shit, which is basically they're saying Antifa has hijacked the Black Lives Matter movement. Now, let me say this. You think if this was predominantly black doing all this shit, that they would get away with this? 90 days of protesting and spraying bear mace and fucking people up and having Confederate flags? You think that if they were black, this shit would be going down?
No, they don't have Confederate flags.
Are you sure?
No, Antifa is
No, not Antifa, but the Trump supporters do.
No, Trump supporters have more of the blue. They have American flags, and some of them have the Blue Lives Matter flags.
Whatever the point is.
The Trump rally was one day, and then one of them was shot by the Antifa people. So it just shows you how left liberal Portland is.
This is the only time that fucking masses of white people can get away with spraying each other with mace and pulling out fucking semi-automatic guns and fighting each other in the street, would this shit be allowed? Because this shit would not be allowed in any other circumstance. It would be called thugs, fucking all these other shit, looters, and they would shut that shit down. But for it to go on for 90 days only puts a spotlight on the racial injustice and the systematic racism that exists in the world. 90 days of people bear macing each other in the streets, fighting each other, running each other over. Like, I'm gonna show y'all a video. Look at this shit. Look at this shit.
Leave it to 7-Eleven to be the place of Aceto Fight. Yo, yo, yo.
Don't walk away, don't walk away. He challenged you. You're a fucking pussy coward. Come back, motherfucker. You're a pussy coward bitch if you walk away. You're a pussy coward bitch. He wants to fucking, no, come on.
People just want to fight, boy, I swear.
Fucking pussy coward bitch.
Pussy coward bitch. What?
Is this overly zoomed in?
Yep, sorry.
Oh yeah, okay.
Oh, he hit him with the bat, and then he got the bat taken away. Oh, shorty. That was unfortunate. You can't get the bat taken away, bro. Oh.
Where did he get that bat from?
Listen, take the bat. It's ain't necessary. Yeah, take the bat. Let them fight fist to fist. So who is he fighting here? I don't. Oh. He was talking all that shit.
Yeah, big guy. Big man with your bat, huh? Big man with your bat.
Yeah, but he didn't even use the bat, so shut the fuck up.
Where did he get that bat?
Shit, when you own a store, you're pulling up with the bat. Okay, let's show another one.
So it's interesting. It looked like he went to that 7-Eleven and grabbed a bat. It's like, what?
Oh, did he not work there?
I don't know. I have no idea. That was so confusing. So something that I wanted to bring up, though.
Yeah.
Certain states, I don't know if you knew this, they have what's called, like, I don't know the exact term for it, but it's essentially a fair combat law, like a mutual combat law. So meaning, if me and you are on the street and I say, would you like to commence combat with me? And you say yes, and I say yes, and we both agree to it.
Yeah.
We can fight in the street, and the cops can't break it up. Like,
That must be some Arkansas ass shit.
no, it might be in the state of Oregon. So I don't think you're allowed to use weapons, obviously.
Okay.
But
So
isn't that
So
crazy?
this is the description. Over the weekend, around 100 Black Lives Matter riders went to San Jose to the Mayor Sicardo's home and vandalized it. Black Lives Matter. All right, let's check it out.
This is in San Jose, California.
Black Lives Matter. Yeah, but all right, cool. Let's run it. Black Lives Matter. See, they playing Kendrick. The blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. Okay, listen.
Damn, that's so scary, bro.
Let me just stop this. Don't be associating this weird shit with Black Lives Matter, because at the end of the day, these people who are doing that vandalism shit, I feel like we need to separate those groups, because peaceful protests can be done without doing some weird shit to somebody's house. That's all I'm saying.
So this is, what did it say? San Jose.
It's saying Black Lives Matter, but this is
Whose house were they at?
The mayor of Portland.
No, this is San Jose.
Oh, sorry. San Jose, California, to Mayor Sicardo's home and vandalize it. They also burned a U.S. and police flag at the scene. Okay.
That's part of what is scary, is when they go to individuals' homes. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you want to protest, police. You know, you're from Minnesota.
Yeah.
They burned down the police precinct.
Yeah, they
right?
did. They burnt that shit down too.
They've done that in different cities,
Yeah.
and you're obviously protesting police brutality. You're advocating for defunding the police or whatever you're advocating for. But when it's individuals' homes, I mean, I understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to create change and all that, but it gets scary, and you have to realize these are people. Like, these are normal people with families and real lives.
Right.
And you're spray painting, I guess, fuck on their
know,
house.
it's just like,
on their house.
Like, I'm on both sides. Like, you know, when you feel like you have nothing else to lose and you don't know how to like gain the attention, like, what the fuck do you do? And I get it, but like at the same time,
When you feel desperate, you know.
At the same time, I'm just like, this can't be the fucking answer. Like, you know, hate begets hate, and it's just like, this can't be the way that we get this shit resolved, man. It can't. I think that there just needs to be like a unison of like the black culture and the white culture just fucking going against the people who are just like on some reptilian shit. I mean, let's not get started on that, but
people with beaks.
I mean, you know, let's not get started because you don't. Because not today. We ain't gonna talk about the reptilian shit because we can go on a whole other tangent.
Because if you're a reptile, I got one thing to say to you.
Because look,
How you feeling today?
because you trying to take over some shit. Yeah, no.
We got some shapeshifters.
You know, it gets deep, and sometimes I worry like all the problems that we think are real. It's like in the grand scheme of things, for people who are like creating, you know, brain chips and who are drinking babies' blood for stimuli. It's like, you think they really give a fuck about this race shit? They don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so minuscule to them. Like, they're like, oh, you little motherfuckers fight on the ground. Like, you know.
I agree with that as far as.
Motherfuckers eating babies. You think they care about fucking black people getting killed? Hell no, they don't give a fuck. Like, no. It's simple minds who think that's the biggest issue.
And that's kind of what I've been telling you of. I feel like this group, Antifa, is hijacking the Black Lives Matter movement in a sense, because anybody can get a Black Lives Matter flag and go do something stupid.
Yeah.
And say it's in the name.
Black Lives Matter. Absolutely.
Same exactly what we we're talking
right.
about before with Kanye, and say, I'm going to do something disrespectful to somebody and say it's in the name of God.
Yeah.
How many crusades were there back in the day
That's
where
what
they
I'm
would
saying.
mutilate people and say, well, hey, God told me to do this. You know what I'm saying? To me, it's become...
And then it makes you become distrustful, like to what God's word is, and it then makes you feel like, hey, if popes is out here, okay, let me just be careful.
Straying from the message is essentially what you're saying.
Exactly. And if it's like, if Roman Catholicism has people out here and you know, a prominent, you know, issue in that community is pedophilia and them fucking touching little boys, like, come on, bro. Like, how do you separate the word of God from that behavior? Because it's obviously, there's certain communities that people will do a certain thing, and it's real.
So it kind of comes down to a clarification of the message of what you want to happen. And what is that? Some people say defunding the police. Some people are against that. But at the end of the day, people want equality and they want to feel safe in their communities.
Listen, when it's not about money and when it's not about class, then everything will be okay. It ain't about race. It's a way to convince us that to think that everything right now, even the way that things are being shown in the media, is promoting an agenda. And so I just think that we just need to do a little more research and figure out, like, you know, what's really going on out here.
I guess if you're going really conspiratorial with it,
You know I am.
you could say that they want you to think that the only solution is to not make it about money and business, because it seems like, which is really interesting to me, is that Black Lives Matter, anybody that hears that statement, if you care about black people at all, you're going to say, yeah, I support that idea.
Right.
I support anybody that should feel safe around police. That's the whole idea. We pay taxes to police and we should be able to call on them to protect our rights, right?
Yeah.
And you shouldn't feel scared to call them or scared when they pull up behind you. Anyone can get behind that idea. So the idea that now it's becoming what you were just mentioning, all of a sudden Antifa, which are promoting socialism, essentially, which is the idea that the only way to prevent this is to take away capitalism.
Okay.
Seems like they don't. Why does that have to coexist with Black Lives Matter? I don't think they do, in my opinion. So the fact that in my opinion, it's being hijacked by a separate organization. Like Antifa's been around. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that this separate organization is taking that and running with it to promote their idea of this is what we want on an ideological level, on the government level, economic level, seems weird to me. It seems bizarre to me. You know what I'm saying? And especially the idea of socialism is that you want more government programs, you want more government involvement, you want more equity as far as you don't want there to be billionaires, you don't want there to be too many millionaires, you want the wage gap to be closer together, and you want to tax people more because you want there to be more government programs, etc. But you also want to defund the police. You see what I'm saying? So
listen,
I think a lot of these kids that are doing this crazy stuff, the video that we just watched, I don't even think they know. Is kind of what I'm getting at.
I think that people don't know.
I think they're just
shit.
they're just lost, and they're just like, you're out of work.
People want to fight for something because they feel like they're losing control, and I understand it's probably scary to be a white person right now because you feel like, you know, you don't have enough influence. You might be doing something wrong. Should you feel guilty? I think it's a very weird time to be white,
or even just.
But
like,
it's also a very fucked up time to be black. You know what I'm saying? So it's like dealing with both of those elements, but like talking about them separately is the issue. It's like we can't continue to talk about how we want, you know, justice for black people, but then still try to separate white people from our community. And I just don't think it works like that. It's like, I know that sometimes we have to be the humble race. We taken a lot of L's. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we got to fucking play low. You know what I'm saying? Like to make other people feel good. And I'm not saying that's right. But what I am saying is like, what is going to change? What can we do to help? Because all these videos and all this media that's being shown and all this content that's being shown of black people getting killed, that shit ain't helping me. That's just fucking my mental up. It's creating a sense of animosity. It's creating hate. It's creating an idea about white people. It's not making me feel good. So whatever the fuck the media is trying to, even though if it's true what they're showing, that shit ain't helping. So they need to figure out a different way to promote that shit. I'm sorry. Don't promote it at all. Like, don't be showing that shit. It's just like they want to create awareness, but what is that really doing? We know that shit exists. If you're black, you know racism exists. You know that shit goes down. We know it does. So what is that really doing for us? It's creating a sense of animosity in a community. And what is that animosity for? To create a fucking race war.
It's just because it's an election year.
I'm just over this shit. Like, come on, Jesus. Come
Jesus.
swoop your girl. Or the aliens. Like, I'm down to kick it on Mars. I'm down to kick it somewhere else.
You know, when aliens come, then everyone forgets about this all.
Cool.
Racial
Pull
stuff.
up. Pull up.
They're
Pull
like.
Because I'm eyeing on that fucking.
They're like races.
Listen.
Man, I'm talking about species.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? There's certain cultures that may not fuck with the aliens. I ain't gonna say who. But I'm telling you, from my community, we fucking with y'all.
The moment it goes from there being 100 different races to 100 different species of intelligent life that we know of in the universe, we don't care about race anymore. I'm telling you.
Aliens be fucking transmitting information without saying shit. Like, don't talk to me about no shit, about no fucking brutality. Like, them motherfuckers is on some other shit. So I'm trying to get on that level.
Maybe they're going through the same thing. There's some intergalactic.
Hell no, there's too elevated to even think that exists. What they on is trying to accomplish fucking planets. They're trying to get the most bang for their buck.
What if there's some intergalactic police?
Nah, it don't work like that.
I don't like this type of alien.
Because when you realize that race is only a construct built to be a divisive situation, then you realize that shit don't really exist because people make it exist. The media has made that shit exist. Because if nobody ever talked about race, we wouldn't know no different. We would know geographically that people's noses are wider because it's easier to breathe on a planet on a continent that's hot. Your skin absorbs more melanin because you're closer to the sun. Like, it's just geographical. Aliens ain't thinking about that. They not tripping. That's what I'm saying. Holla at your girl. I'm ready.
Their eyelids open this way instead of up and down.
Like,
they know.
Surface level ass shit. Like, come on. She's whack. So, yeah. In conclusion, pull up on me.
Pull up on you with what?
Come get me. Come get me and my dog.
Your puppy.
Come get me and my puppy. You can come too if you want to come, but shit, you ain't got to.